welcome back. If you are new here, I'm Christina and this is my best friend Kelly. Before we get into the video today, I first just want to say happy birthday to Kelly. Her birthday is coming up on December 30th. She's going to be turning a young 45.
44.
44.
44.
Oh, I'm 44.
You're 45.
It's my
Don't
age.
rush me.
She's just a baby. She's just a baby. She's the best friend anyone could ever have.
Oh,
so definitely leave a comment down below. Show your love to Kelly. She is awesome, you know, not only on YouTube and just being a great business partner, but also just a wonderful best friend. So we usually come out with videos 2 times a week, every Sunday and Thursday, but this week, because it's going to be New Year's Eve, we're only going to release the video today, so we're going to miss you guys next Thursday, but we'll be back around to see you next Sunday.
Yeah, with all great new content for the new year. So anyway, today we have a great one for you guys. We have the latest fashion trends for 2021. Of course, we have rounded up just a handful, actually 10, I think 10 of the ones that we really wanted to share with you guys. But of course, there are many more, so there will be more videos to share.
So the first trend that's coming out in 2021 is oversized and structured shoulders. So you might see this in a blouse. Obviously, I think one of the most practical ways is probably in a blazer. I'm not so sure really how I feel about having the shoulder pads. It definitely makes me feel like I'm getting thrown back into the 80s. I was rocking the shoulder pads like there was like no end in sight. I mean, they were probably like a good 2-3 inches like above my actual shoulders. However, I do think that if you're someone who probably has less defined shoulders, this might be something that you might enjoy, and they also might create it where it's not so obvious, like an overtly large shoulder pad and just a little bit, because I have seen some of that structured shoulder padding going on here in 2020.
Yeah, for me, definitely someone with broader shoulders like myself and smaller on the bottom, this is definitely a look that you're gonna want to avoid because it's
unless you want the linebacker look.
Exactly, it kind of gives the linebacker look.
Yeah.
However, if you are someone who maybe has like bigger hips and thighs or heavier on the bottom and maybe a very petite upper body, this is something that might help to balance you out a little bit if it's done well. I definitely saw some blouses when I was researching that I thought like that would be really cute on someone who had a very petite upper body. On me, it would look horrendous. So it's just one of those styles, you know, you have to kind of see, does this work for me? Does this not work for me? But you know, keep your eye out for those big old shoulder pads because they're coming to a store near you. So I wasn't feeling number 1, but number 2 is totally my jam, and it is pastel colors. Yes, I love this one. So of course, pastel colors, it's all those beautiful soft colors like the soft pinks, the soft blues, the lavender, you know, think about springtime, think about Easter time, and this is gonna be everywhere, head to toe. I know I'll be embracing it because let's be honest, I embrace it even when it's not a trend.
And I really love this trend because I think it really embraces femininity. I think it makes everything very like romantic, soft, feminine. You know, one of the great things about being a woman is you can definitely wear much more masculine, structured kind of fashion. However, you can also really embrace just being a woman and what it feels like to be a woman. And so when I think of pastels, that's really what I feel like is just embracing your womanhood. So I love this trend. I'm sorry, we've got fuzzies. I keep scratching my nose, and that's what it's from. So yeah, I absolutely love this. I think this is going to be a trend that I'm going to love basically from head to toe. If I can find it in a scarf, a shirt, a skirt, whatever it's going to be, a shoe, a bag, I'm going to definitely be purchasing it.
I feel like I've like given my pink things a little bit of a break since we've been in fall, winter, but I can't wait to bring them all back.
Okay, so the next trend that's going to be big in 2021 are yellow bags. So this is one that we definitely, I know that we came out with like a Summer Brights video once, and we had paired, I believe it was like blue and yellow together as like a surprising color combination. So this one is not just going to be the bright, vibrant yellow. It's going to range everything from even a pastel yellow to a mustard yellow, so and everything that's kind of in between. So a yellow bag, that's fun, that's bright, especially I can see it during the spring and summertime, just wanting to shake off 2020 and come into a brighter day. Yeah,
absolutely. I cannot wait for this trend. I don't currently own a yellow bag. I have in the past, but I wasn't using it as much, and now I'm like, why? Why didn't I keep that? I always do that. I always do that. So it's time for a new yellow bag. But I love this trend because I feel like, you know, maybe in the past we were doing it with, like you said, some brighter like color blocking styles, and I feel like this is working it in more to like maybe some neutrals. Honestly, what you're wearing right now, white blouse and jeans, would look so beautiful with a beautiful yellow bag. So this is an easy one. I feel like anyone can do this one. If you shy away from colors, you know, doing it in a bag is such an easy way to incorporate it. So we will definitely be on the hunt for some good yellow bags.
And of course, we'll share it with you.
Of course. So this next look is the bohemian trend, or the boho trend. So this one is one that I wouldn't necessarily say is typically my style, but I can definitely see working in certain elements. So if you look at the runways, you're gonna see that extreme head to toe bohemian. And when I first see it, I'm like, oh no, not for me. But when you see it in real life and how it can translate into something as simple as, you know, a sheer little bohemian blouse with some tassels and things, or a long maxi skirt, I think it can be really pretty when paired correctly.
Yeah, and I think for myself, I can really see myself wearing it with elements. So if I'm maybe wearing a much more blousier bohemian top, I'll probably wear a more fitted bottom. Or if I'm wearing a skirt on the bottom, I'll wear a much more fitted top. So that's just how it'll work for my body. However, maybe for you, you'll be able to really just rock this trend from head to toe. It's really a beautiful one. I think it's also a very feminine, casual look, one that I think you can really wear just honestly kind of everywhere. So the next trend for 2020 are white knee-high boots. These like go-go boots,
These
right?
boots are made for walking. That's just what I'll do.
Keep on going. One of these things.
These boots are gonna walk all over you.
Better she sing than I do.
That was not
Yeah, so this one is a fun one. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull
I don't think I'm going to let you.
this look. However, I really hate to say never because I know.
Well, Halloween.
Right.
Great time.
Well, you know what though? I thought she incorporated the white ankle boot. I thought flawlessly during the fall season.
Thanks, but that's a lot different.
No, I know. And so with these ones, I just don't want to say never, but it's definitely when we were looking over the trends and this one came up, I said, ooh, I had a little mini heart attack there for a second because I just can't foresee myself wearing it. But like I said,
especially not in South Florida. I think that might also be challenging. But yeah, this one, it just definitely screams like 70s disco. So I don't see us doing it. But you know, I agree with you. Never say never.
Never say never.
Never say never. So let us know. Maybe you're like, no, the white over the knee boot is awesome. Or what is it?
You guys are
knee-high
crazy.
boots?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys let us know what you think. So it looks like 2021, we're going to see a lot of yellow because this trend is all about camel paired with yellow. And this camel is that like beautiful kind of brownish camel shade, and they're just pairing it with different yellows. So we saw this paired with some brighter yellows, with some softer yellows, lemony yellows, mustard yellows. Just the combination of those colors together is suddenly a big trend for 2021.
Yeah, and I thought honestly, like this was such a pretty trend. However, personally for myself with my skin tone, I'm really gonna have to be careful with this trend in particular. So you might also find the same thing where maybe your skin tone just, you know, you're gonna find it a little bit more challenging. But one of the things that I'm going to do is really just go out there and try things on, because a certain shade of yellow or a certain shade of camel, some will work for me just depending on how dark, how light, you know, they kind of go into the color palette. So this is one that's going to be a little bit more challenging, but I'm kind of really interested in being able to execute in 2021.
I agree.
So the next trend for 2021 is going to be fringe. And funny enough, it really reminds me a lot of high school, which probably don't think about that, but I used to have this fringe vest. It was like this brown, like cognac color, and that I just absolutely loved. So of course I'm just having throwbacks to my youth.
If only you still had it. It's probably totally in style now.
Exactly, but I think this will be super cute whether you see a fringe on a shoe or on a bag. You might even see it on a little bit of a vest or on a jacket. So I love fringe. I'm glad, honestly, that it's coming back. I'm excited to see it.
Yeah.
And plus, maybe even some of that boho feel kind of coming
Yeah,
into
definitely
play.
mixes together
Right?
really well. I feel like I've seen a lot of fringe for a while now on bags especially, and on like some boots and stuff. So it's definitely a fun one. I think that they can do it in some very fun ways, and it's another one where, you know, obviously the runways are going to make it so extreme that you're just, you know, in a fringe dress all the way down to your toes, but just having it in a little detail like a bag, like a shoe, can be a really fun way to incorporate it, which works for women who are over 40 like ourselves. So I think this is one we can do. A lot of these are very wearable this year.
Yeah.
So going along the lines of the pastel colors and femininity, we also are seeing ruffles in the spring and in 2021. So I'm excited for this. I like ruffles. You know, ruffles can be a little tricky. You definitely have to think about the placement of the ruffles. So when you think about ruffles and wearing ruffles, definitely think about, you know, what are the areas that you're okay kind of accentuating or making bigger. So for me, I want to stay away from ruffles on the shoulder, ruffles down my arms. I've seen people do that and it can look fantastic. If you're very, very tiny in your arms, or you have, you know, very narrow shoulders, that's a great way to kind of build that area.
And for me, I really love ruffles, like especially in the hemline of skirts down at the bottom, because for me, I just feel like super feminine and
Yes,
girly.
beautiful.
I love ruffles. I just, like Kelly had mentioned, it's a great point. Just got to really be strategic about where it is that you're wearing the ruffles. So yeah, I love it. I don't have a problem with wearing ruffles. Hopefully you don't as well. Leave us a comment down below and let us know.
Yeah. And
No.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it.
So the next trend for 2021 are low-rise jeans. I don't know why they're coming back unless women are really missing,
Evil.
accentuating their
Evil.
muffin top. It's just horrific. You know, I was super happy to see that we were kind of out of that game and really dealing with, you know, mid and high rise jeans. I think they're just so much more flattering on the majority of women. And these low rise jeans really are just the death of me. I really want to take the person who invented those and just kind of strangle them, just slightly, just shake them up just a little bit, because I just don't think that it does a lot of favors to a lot of women's different body shapes. So I'm not loving this trend. In fact, I'm really loathing this trend. I don't think I'm even going to try this trend. I'm going to be a hater on this trend right from the beginning in 2020. I'm declaring it now. I am not a fan of this trend at all.
Oh God, no. I mean, I remember this trend for so long. Luckily, it was in my like much younger years.
I
But
always think of Britney Spears.
oh my
That's who I
gosh.
always
And what
think of.
about, I remember, okay, so this trend, it was for a while. So even like right after having kids, I think this trend was still around. And all I remember is all of my shirts had to be really, really baggy. Your shirts had to be long and baggy, because if your shirts weren't long and baggy, you had all this stuff that would hang out. And then when you would reach down to get something, you would have your underwear sticking out the back. I mean, it just was so bad, so bad. Now this one I can get on board with, and that is tracksuits, which it seems so appropriate because, you know, we're all staying home more, we're all lounging more, so why not? You know, we have the joggers that we saw, those are still going strong. So now we're moving into the tracksuits, which this brings back so many memories, because I don't know about you guys, but I lived in my little Juicy Couture tracksuits. It's not pretty. When I go back and look at the photos, I'm like, what was I thinking? I mean, some of them were like lime green and it had like the word juicy written on my butt, and I don't know what I was thinking, but I don't think they're going to be doing them that way this time. I think there's a better way to do a tracksuit, and they can be really flattering, comfortable, casual wear, a great alternative to like jeans when you're just, you know, doing casual things. So I'm curious to see. As long as it doesn't have writing across my bum, I'm good with that.
Okay, well, I didn't wear the juicies, but I definitely was getting a lot of the yoga pants, and now I'm loving, you know, the joggers. So anything that kind of blends together something that feels like a pajama, but you can wear it out in daily life. I really, really love and embracing. So I'm super excited about it. I think that it's a great trend, and I think it's going to be one that pretty much Kelli might have to say to me, another tracksuit? You're sharing another tracksuit? So we'll see how it goes. I mean, I'm excited about just the different colors, the different prints, the different styles, the different fits. Well, you're going to see it all, so we're going to share it all with you.
That's right. So we hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as we did. We hope you got some great inspiration going into 2021. We're going to be looking for these different fashion throughout the year to share with you guys how we wear it, how we incorporate it. So many fun things planned for the new year. So until next time, bye.